Alrighty, guys, what is going on, everybody? Good evening to you guys. Hope everyone is having an amazing Thursday. Glad to have y'all here. We got ourselves a pretty decent live stream here for today, as we are continuing to watch a pretty nasty severe weather event that is currently unfolding across portions here of Wisconsin, believe it or not. We have an enhanced risk out there, level 3 out of 5 for severe weather. For all hazards being possible, large hail, damaging winds seems to be the main concern, followed by a couple of tornadoes being possible. Here in a few moments, we are going to be getting a new update from the Storm Prediction Center that will probably remove this enhanced risk, I believe. But however, severe weather will likely continue for the next several hours, and we are going to be here to cover it. Anyways, but what's up, guys? Let's go ahead and see who is here for today. We got ourselves Linda, we have Jay Zor, Mary, Jim, Brenda, Leon, let's see here. We have Duck, we have Kay, we got George, Wendy, J-Lore, let's see here. We have Catnado, Captain, let's see here, Pat, Steven. What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing good. Glad to have y'all here for today. So, alright, well, let's go ahead and jump on into this here, y'all. We have massive tornado warnings up here in Canada, actually. Some of them are actually bigger than some states here. Like, the size of these tornado warnings up in Canada is literally the size of, like, Rhode Island, even, like, Connecticut. This is bigger than Connecticut, essentially, which is pretty interesting. But let's go ahead and hop over here to the current warnings. We do have actually a storm rolling right through Wausau, Wisconsin right now. I know there's a couple people that are in this region here. Obviously, some previous viewers, I know there's a lot of people out here in Wausau. Currently on the eastern side, kind of the northern side, we do have a couple severe thunderstorm warnings with a tornado possible tag. Now, a tornado possible tag does not mean that there's an immediate danger for tornadoes, but it means that tornadoes can develop out of thunderstorms, or out of severe thunderstorms like the one we are watching right now. So obviously we need to be on the lookout. We are kind of seeing this big cluster of a thunderstorm rolling through here. Same thing for portions of, long areas like northeast of Eau Claire. Got another little area of possible tornadic activity, as we do have another tornado possible tag on it. So we obviously got to be looking out for a few possible tornadoes out there, as the environment is conducive of producing maybe a couple tornadoes today, which we've already seen a couple, believe it or not. Whenever I was off the air, we did have a couple of tornadoes. I was just unable to be live for anything early. Like I said, I did a poll, earlier to see if you guys wanted me to do mostly the coverage of the Northeast, or if you guys wanted to see me do the coverage here of the the upper Midwest, and it seemed like you guys really wanted me to cover the enhanced risk, the bigger risk for today. So that's why we're here, just to make sure that you guys are doing all right. Let's see here. Swanky says, Andrew, these are the best streams ever. Thank you. Greatly appreciate it. I personally doubt that, but thank you. Mark says, hit the like button. Thank you so much, Mark. Really appreciated. Jay Zor, how is North Carolina? See, I remember you, man. Honestly, today there's nothing going on here. We're just focusing on today mostly. Maybe towards the end of the live stream, we'll open up to, tomorrow. But right now, we're just going to keep it simple on today's outlooks. Let's see here. I'm in risk for tomorrow, says Mary. Gotcha. Well, obviously, stay safe out there, Mary, tomorrow. I think tomorrow, we do have a slight risk, actually, across the Midwest, believe it or not. And I will be live for that. I will indeed be live for that as well. Like I said, I did some coverage yesterday, did some coverage today, or I'm going to be doing some coverage today here. And obviously, tomorrow, any day of severe weather, typically I try to be live out there whenever it comes to it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hop you all over here to satellite view really quickly. We got pretty nasty activity kicking off here according to the satellite up there towards Wisconsin. Once again, Wisconsin is getting lit up here by some thunderstorm activity. So let's go ahead and hop on over here, y'all. We're going to go ahead and move over to the satellite view. So here is the current view across Wisconsin. Isn't that crazy? Looking pretty daggone nuts out there. So you can actually see these bubbles. And these are the updrafts. This is basically where the all that warm air towards the ground is being shot up in the air. And it's basically piercing the top of the tropopause here. So essentially, we are seeing ourselves, a lot of thunderstorm activity. Actually, starting to see it growing into Minnesota, as you can actually see here on the latest scans. Possibly even out there towards, like, let's see here, Minneapolis maybe. Let's go ahead and hop over to the radar view out there. Let's go ahead and see what's going on out there towards Minneapolis, because it does look like we might be getting a little bit of activity popping up out here. Let's see. We're going to hop over to reflectivity. Yep, that is correct. So there is actually, wow, there's even a gust front. You can see this long, narrow line here on radar. That's what we call a gust front or an outflow boundary. They typically bring a lot of gusty winds and cooler air. So you might notice a slight cool down once this passes over. But just know that they can produce some gusty winds, if not damaging winds here. But that is essentially what we are seeing here. Let's see. DJ says it's hot outside. It sure is. Yep, definitely is hot outside. Let's see here. Mary says, yay, another good day tomorrow. Yep, another day of severe weather, another day in paradise we got to be looking out for, so we'll make sure to be live for you guys. Anyways, we got a couple severe thunderstorm warnings actually starting to pop off here in Minnesota. Let's see, directly north of Minneapolis towards like Columbus in East Bethel. This expires in 8 minutes for basically 1.25-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So obviously winds could get up to 60. Does not mean they're constantly blowing at 60. It just means that, you know, the winds could get up to 60 at one given point. So we'll need to watch out for that. Oh, and they just... What? That was weird. Did y'all see that? They removed the polygon, and then they brought it back. I think that has to be a glitch on my end. That was weird. Did you all see that? Yeah, it literally was there 1 minute, and then it was gone, and it came back. What's up, Carson? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. Also, Aiden, Catman. What's up, man? Glad to have you here. Let's see here. Sam says hello. Hello, Sam. Hope you're doing good. But yeah, no, like I said, we are starting to get some growth out here towards, or some cell activity starting to occur, kind of across like central and east central Minnesota. So to my friends who live out there towards Minneapolis, we got to keep an eye out there for it. So we'll definitely be watching out for these regions here. Let's see. We actually got a couple severe thunderstorm warnings up here for the upper portion of Michigan. Let's see here. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, penny-sized hail. That's nothing too crazy. I mean, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, you know, that can be a little, you know, crazy at some times. But quarter or penny-sized hail, that's really not too bad, honestly. Let's see. Leon says, how'd you been? I've been pretty good. Let's see here. Is all this crazy heat playing playing a role in these storms? Yeah, you know, heat definitely does play a role. Basically, you know, you got the colder air up in the atmosphere and you got the warm air at the surface. That warm air rises, cold air sinks, so it's basically kind of like, you know, interacting with one another. Because, you know, once that warm air reaches the cold air environment, it condenses into a cloud. And obviously, if you have a big column of warm air that's rising, it's just going to condense and grow a big tower, which eventually will get heavy with all the precipitation in it, and it will start to rain. And if you get enough of those, then that will create a big, you know, thunderstorm activity. Will create big thunderstorm activity. Let's see here. But yeah, no, definitely the heat is playing a big role in this here. Let's go and take a look at it. So we're looking up here towards Green Bay radar up here in basically east central Wisconsin. We got a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag on it. Out here towards areas of, let's see here, Shawano, Shawano. Portions here towards, let's see, Neopit, you know, White Lake, Mountain, Breed, let's see, Spruce, Gillett, let's see, Mattoon, and Antigo. You guys are inside of a severe thunderstorm warning for the next 35 minutes for the possibility of a tornado. It's not immediate danger, like I said. It's not like a tornado warning. If a tornado warning was issued, then you need to take action. A tornado possible means just to keep an eye and know your safe spot in case of a tornado warning gets issued, which as of right now, there's no need for you know, to take shelter yet, according to this here. And on top of that, there's a possibility for quarter-size hail as well as 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts out there towards those regions as well. So we'll need to be looking out for that. We'll definitely be keeping an eye out for those areas here. And also west of that too, we have another one, severe thunderstorm warning for 1.25-inch hail. But look at this, winds are expected to be under 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So in this case, out here towards like Wausau, as well as, you know, areas towards Bevent, let's see, Ringel, winds are expected to remain under severe. Let's see, MP with a $5 super chat. Thank you, man. Greatly appreciated. You rock, dude. With a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Very, very sweet of you. Really does help out the channel. You rock, man. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Very, very sweet of you. Thank you so much. Let's see. So we have this other storm out west here towards Owen, Thorpe, and Maplehurst. This one also has a tornado possible tag. So we are going to be, we're going to need to be looking out for this one as well. Like I said, tornado possible tear, and once again, quarter-size hail as well as 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts could be a possibility out there. Now, this one includes like Thorpe, let's see here, Reesburg, portions here of Longwood, let's see here, Little Blackout here. We also have Westboro included as well. So we're going to need to be looking out for those regions inside the storm here. So overall, we got quite a few storms that is popping off here. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye out there for that. We're going to work over to the northeast here. Regarding storm activity, most of it is pretty much done for. You can see a couple more, couple thunderstorms rolling through, kind of there near New York City. There's New York City right here. And basically just north of New York City for the most part, going into Long Island. But like I said, a lot of that activity across the Northeast has indeed died out. Once again, we are getting a new Storm Prediction Center outlook here literally any minute now. So we'll get a new convective outlook here in a few moments. My guess is that they're going to completely remove the risk for the Northeast. Maybe even including that marginal will probably be gone as well. Definitely a slight risk. That's no longer needed across the Northeast. That was kind of an event that happened earlier. And like I said, right now we're still seeing the remainder of this event across Wisconsin. I personally do think that they're going to remove that enhanced risk too as well. So we'll need to be keeping an eye on it. Let's see. Typhoon Doksuri edging closer to landfall. That is true. Yep, it's a Cat 3, I believe. Cat 3. Let's see here. But yeah. Let's see. It should have been streaming like 2 hours ago. I hear you, man. Yeah, no, I should have, but I was doing other things. I was kind of busy, so I wasn't able to be live here that early. But like I said, there's still storms are going to expected to be kicking off here for quite some time. I'm actually going to move you all over to the models real quickly. The latest HRRR, according to the future activity. Obviously, right now it's 9 o'clock. So let's see. So right at 9 o'clock, it should be right around here. So here we go. So we track our way down in time. 10 o'clock, 11. 12 a.m. Then we move in 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. So things should obviously start dying down, maybe around, 3 a.m. or so. But it does show a bit of activity starting to increase across Minnesota out there towards like Minneapolis for the next couple of hours, actually showing maybe a few cells kicking off there. Which a few of them could indeed bring a possible hail threat as well as some damaging winds. And like I said, the environment is possible for where a few tornadoes will be possible. So we'll need to watch out for that. Will I be live tomorrow? Yes, I will be live tomorrow, Andy. But yeah, so the models definitely do continue with that support. We kind of have this MCS type of ordeal. It's a big cluster of thunderstorms that will roll over areas like Green Bay here, maybe around like midnight, maybe slightly before midnight. I'm not sure if we're going to be live during that part, but I'll try to be. I'll try to be live here as long as possible today. Let's see here. Hard to believe that they're expecting it to be near 100 degrees next week. Wow, that's crazy. Let's see here. What's up, Gregory? Hope you're doing good. Saying, what's up, Andrew? Is there any severe weather risk for severe storms expected for 46725? I'm going to try to hold off on the zip codes mostly, but let's see. 46725 for Indiana. Today, no. Tomorrow, yes. We'll need to watch out for tomorrow for you because we do have a pretty large slight risk that will be coming out here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Twitter real quickly. I'm going to take a look at Twitter. Whoa! Logan sent us a photo here a little bit ago. This was at 8:30 before we went live. This is a photo coming in from Logan. Look at that beast. Holy cow. That looks like a massive, massive shelf cloud there. I don't know if he has like a wide-angle lens or whatever. It kind of looks like it because it looks a little distorted, but wow, that is crazy. Yeah, I mean, look at those. They call them shelf clouds because they look like they have independent shelves, like a shelf right here, a shelf right there. That's really cool. That's actually really, really cool. So thank you, Logan, if you're in the live stream here. Seriously, that's awesome. That's pretty crazy, and I'm sure we did see a lot of that today, and I'm sure we're probably not even done for seeing activity like that. Usually you see shelf clouds if the precipitation, essentially goes from nothing to heavy precipitation in a matter of like a little period here. Like I said, seriously, it can get pretty cool looking. Let's see here. All right, I'm gonna go and hop over to the SPC. I don't have any updates yet. I will keep this page open for whenever we do get our new convective outlook, because like I said, once again, they're getting ready to issue a new risk. Like I said, I think they're going to remove the slight risk across the Northeast, and I think they're probably going to remove the enhanced risk. I think they'll probably keep the slight risk here for now, from what I understand. So we'll definitely need to be looking out for it. Let's see here. Andy, thank you for the $1 super chat. You rock, man. Thank you so much, Andy. Very, very sweet of you. Thank you so much. Let's see here. The Earth is getting old. Yeah, the Earth is pretty old. Well, to our standards, to human standards, it's definitely old. But to, universal standards, it's really not that old. But yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. Let's see here. So, whoa, hold on a minute. What's going on out here? Show some storms popping off out my way here soon. Okay, that's interesting. But anyways, let's go and hop over to the other model, the NAM 3K, the never accurate model for some reason. Let's see here. So whenever it comes to the activity out of this in particular model, yeah, honestly, this model kind of shows things kicking down in intensity right around maybe 11 p.m., maybe 10, 11 p.m. Which, like I said, once again, this is NAM model. We reference this as a never accurate model because it always seems like it's messing up somewhere. So honestly, according to the HRRR, I would go off of that opinion a little bit more before I would trust the NAM. Because, like I said, obviously the NAM, the HRRR, the model we're looking at right now, updates every hour. In fact, we're actually getting a new run coming out right now. But yeah, the HRRR actually shows maybe some of this event, maybe around 1, 2 a.m., possibly moving its way into like northwestern Michigan even. We do have a little marginal risk, which is a itty-bitty little threat for severe weather, but according to this model here, you can kind of see out there towards Traverse City, maybe between 1 and 2 a.m., possibly we could get the remains of this as it goes over the Great Lakes here. Between Sturgeon Bay. It seems like once it goes over the Great Lakes, it seems like it rapidly dies down before it reaches Traverse City. So obviously intensity would likely be a little bit more weaker out there. So that's good. That's definitely some good news overall. But anyways, like I said, right now, you guys, we're starting to see a lot of activity starting to pop up here. We're going to switch back to the current radar view. We're starting to see a lot of activity pop up here towards Minneapolis, actually starting to develop in kind of a linear fashion. You guys can actually see this kind of a linear fashion here. We're starting to see this, kind of long horizontal thunderstorm line starting to kick off here. So we're going to need to be watching out for this one here, obviously for the possibility of severe thunderstorms. And once again, we do actually have we call a gust front or a outflow boundary that's currently kicking off here throughout Minneapolis right now, which is Minnesota. Which, like I said, these guys are known to produce some gusty winds, give their name gust fronts, as well as this right here for dropping those temperatures quite a bit. Let's see. Oh my gosh, Wolf Gamer with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Very, very sweet of you. Wolf Gamer, you rock, dude. Thank you absolutely so much. That's very sweet of you. Very, very sweet. Thank you so much, everybody. Please give Wolf Gamer a big thank you. That is super nice of you. We love you, Wolf Gamer. Thank you once again. Very, very sweet of you. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you so much once again. Let's see. We're gonna hop back over to the storms out here towards eastern Wisconsin. Like I said, we have a storm popping off here towards Shawano. Currently kicking off here. They do have a tornado possible tag. Once again, maybe like I said, a tornado possible means that there's no immediate danger for tornadoes, but just know that, tornadoes can quickly develop out of severe thunderstorms like the one we're seeing right here. So, whenever it comes to it, like I said, essentially, whenever it comes to it here, we got to look out for maybe some tornadic activity. Just basically, if you're in a tornado possible tag warning, just know where your safe spot is in order to take action. Let's see here. But yeah, once again, Wolf Gamer, thank you so much. That's very, very sweet of you. Thank you absolutely so much. All right, let's see. Is there anything else going on? We do have a few storms actually popping off here in South Dakota too. Whoa, hold on a minute. That's weird. These areas are not even in the risk area, and we have a warning out here for ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Am I surprised? No, because South Dakota does things like this. It seems like this time of the year. Those big hailers. Let's see. So this looks like mostly rural areas here, which is good. Let's see. It's showing Kappa and Van Metry. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's where it's at. So, but that's interesting. Yeah, also another cell to the north, not as crazy for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Interesting. Let's see. 1.25. So most of these guys in Wisconsin right now are kind of in the zone of, anywhere from 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts to hail up to the size of 1.25 inches, or basically $half size hail. What's up, Jenny? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. Let's see here. Dustin says, curious to see what the F rating is of the earlier tornado in Wisconsin. Yeah, we'll probably get that within the next 1 to 2 days, because they have to send out National Weather Service surveyors, obviously, to assess the damage and see what's going on with it. So they basically come out with a big clipboard, and they look for key factors like is walls down, is the foundation swept, stuff like that. Obviously, if a foundation swept, that's going to be an upper tornadic, an upper tornadic, storm there, but or upper level, I should say, a higher level. But yeah. Let's see here. Wolfgamer says, happy to help. Thank you so much once again, Wolfgamer. Very, very sweet of you. Let's see here. Jesus Armlet, no problem. SMZ says, hi, what's up? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. But yeah, we're going to continue watching these guys over the next little bit. Let's go and see. Did they issue a new risk yet? I don't know if they did. Let's see. Storm Prediction Center, they're supposed to come out with a new risk here soon. Yes, they did. There it is. Wow. They did exactly what I thought they would do. They completely removed the marginal and the slight risk for the Northeast, and they kept the slight risk for Wisconsin. It actually looks like they moved it. Let's see. Did they move that risk or no? No, I think that's just more of an illusion. Oh, okay, yeah, it is. It looks like they moved it more, but they just made it thinner because the storms have already rolled through the northern side. But yeah, they did get rid of that. They did get rid of that enhanced risk out there. Let's see here. Let me hop over to the Storm Prediction Center real quickly. Okay, well, I got some good news, actually. I don't know if y'all can... We're just going to get rid of that here. So let's go ahead and hop on back over to the real page here. So we obviously have ourselves southeastern Minnesota still in that risk, central Wisconsin, and portions of the upper state of Michigan here. Let's see here. So tornadoes, they completely remove that threat. So now tornadoes are generally not expected. So the environment has pretty much died out for tornadic activity. That's good. Winds 15% chance and hail 15% chance. So obviously in terms of damaging winds and hail, that seems to be still the biggest concern out of these guys. So potentially hail up to 2 inches in diameter, at a maximum. Could be possible out there. And in terms of damaging wind gusts, some of them could be up to 70 miles per hour. So we'll need to watch out for it. Is Minnesota having thunderstorms? Yes. Minnesota, they are currently getting hit here. Let's see here. Mostly for the central side of Minnesota. Like I said, we're actually starting to see an increased amount of growth out here towards North Minneapolis, essentially. Once again, I was just talking about this a minute ago. We basically have ourselves a... kind of a big horizontal line, essentially, of just thunderstorms popping off here. And like I said, yes, this does include portions of, upper portions of Minneapolis. So we're gonna need to keep an eye on this storm here, as definitely some damaging winds could be possible at some point during the storm's life here, and maybe even some hail as well. But in terms of activity right now, we're kind of watching two clusters. Whoa, hold on a minute. This just got nastier. Okay, guys. So the storm in central Wisconsin here, directly west of Wausau, towards Owen, Thorpe, portions of Loveland, let's see, Westboro, Jump River, and areas towards Little Black and Medford, the one we were actually covering here a minute ago. They actually upgraded the wind threat now to a 70-mile-per-hour wind gust and quarter-size hail, and they kept that tornado possible tag. So there you go. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts is now a possibility here. So we're gonna need to be watching out for that one here pretty daggone closely. As once again, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That's nearly hurricane-force wind gusts. Could be possible, in which obviously, winds of that strong can indeed cause some damage. So if you're out there towards Stetsonville, let's see, Dorchester, we have Curtis, Atwood, Loyal, let's see, Goodrich, Rib Lake. You guys are ahead of the storm right now, but it is tracking your way. So obviously we need to be keeping an eye out for that region there, okay? So we'll definitely be watching this storm here. We'll be looking out for reports. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and pull up my other screen. Let's see, Wisconsin. We're going to move over to the storm here. This will be able to tell me if we get any storm reports or anything fancy like that, which actually, wow. Looking at the reports now out of these storms, we actually do have several reports of not only some damaging or potentially, or I would say damaging, but nearly damaging wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour out here towards Antigo, and about 40 mile per hour winds out here towards Murrill has been reported out there. So that's pretty strong winds. But look at this out here towards Wausau. We actually have reports of hail. Multiple quarter-size hail reports in these 1-inch territory, but we also have even more reports of half-dollar size hail. So slightly larger than quarter size has been reported in multiple locations out here throughout eastern Wausau, or Wausau here. So obviously, whenever it comes to that, hail seems to still be a possibility. And actually, there's another hail report towards Gilman that popped off here once again for that one storm that's now at 70 mile per hour wind gusts being possible. So there's actually been a little bit of hail detected out of that one as well. Do I think that there'll be an enhanced risk tomorrow? Alice, I would have to dive into the models, which I would have to determine if, look at different models, which that would be very time consuming. I would leave out the fact that there is room for changes. I will say that there is likely room for changes in tomorrow's forecast, but to give you a definite answer, I really can't right now because, like I said, I'd have to sit down and go through the models and, determine if we might see a upgrade or not. But we'll see. We'll see. Obviously tomorrow, by the time the event gets here, we'll be able to let you know. Let's see here. But yeah. Let's see. Andy says, in WWE, do I think an enhanced risk tomorrow? Very good question. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, like I said, I don't know right now. Honestly, like I said, I'd have to do some research into that to see if, the models are supporting anything that's worth enhanced area. So we'll see. Is Wasconia, Minnesota affected? I thought you were talking about Wisconsin for a second. I was like, wait, yeah, Wisconsin and Minnesota's being affected. Let's see here. So, Wasconia, Minnesota. Yes, yeah, you're actually in a slight risk. You're actually in the biggest risk now that we have, and you can actually see here to your north, we got some storm activity that is indeed popping off here. Let's see here. So whenever it comes to it, there's also a little gust front. You see this little thin, narrow line? So you being out right here, that little thin, narrow line is working its way towards you. So obviously, keep an eye on it because, like I said, in terms of these, gusty winds is a big problem, as well as, like I said, a lot of lightning activity on this as well. Let's see, Jenny with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Jenny. Glad to have you here. Once again, thank you so much. Very, very nice of you. Thank you, Jenny. Very, very sweet. Thank you so much for that. Let's see. Rain says the lightning is insane. Yeah, no, I can confirm you that one. There's a lot of lightning detection here on the radar I'm using here. Obviously, radar can't detect lightning, but in terms of the satellite overlay, yeah, there's a lot of lightning activity that is indeed ongoing across the regions here. Even for the storms, like I said, across ones we're looking at here towards Minneapolis. I mean, like I said, it looks like here that in the next little bit, Minneapolis will probably get some activity here. I think I might even have some cameras out there towards Minneapolis, Minnesota here. So if obviously, once these storms approach, I should be able to, get some live cameras out there for you. Let me see. I might even have some now. Let me look. I'll double check and see if we have any live cameras right now, which I think we might. We might actually. Let's see here. This guy, okay, that one's a broken camera. Okay, so it looks like it's mostly just still images, maybe. So I don't think I have any live cameras right now. Oh, never mind, I do. Never mind, we have some live cameras actually. It just looks like it's because I'm getting confused because out here it's dark and I was looking, it was like broad daylight. I'm like, is this out of date or something? Anyways, let's see here. Let's see. Mark says this channel deserves more likes. Gotta leave that right there. Thank you, Mark. Very sweet of you. Let's see. See ya, Liam. Thanks for joining. But like I said, obviously we need to keep an eye out there for Minneapolis here over the next little bit. Let's see. Storms are out there towards Oak Grove right now, Forest City, and Litchfield. Not currently severe right now, but let's see here. This is towards where's St. Cloud, which that is. St. Cloud is Oh, St. Cloud's up here. So the storms are south of St. Cloud. So I might even be able to pull up a camera here for you guys. Let's see here. Yep, St. Cloud. We're going to track down to a camera right here. Ooh, wow. Here, look at this. I'm going to go ahead and switch all over here to the camera views for a moment. Look at that. Distant thunderstorm out there. That's pretty crazy. Let's see, a new camera. Yeah, we got a bunch of these cameras out here. You can't really see much, but there's a lot of... is that smoke? That's interesting. What's all that about? Let's see. What about this guy? Yeah, there's that smoke. That's got to be a fire or something. We got trucker camera. Not doing very well. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Look at the sky out there for that one. Let's see. Yep, clouds out. Yeah, definitely dark out there. Definitely is dark out there out of that growing activity, or that growing, obviously, yeah, growing thunderstorm activity. So, I'll keep an eye on the cameras here, as it definitely does approach Minneapolis. We'll have some good cameras here to be looking out for it. Let's see, Crystal with $1.50. Very sweet of you, Crystal. Thank you so much, dude. That's awesome. Thank you for the $1.50 or $1.50 $1.50 donation. You rock, man. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Also, Andon, wow, with a $5 super chat. Holy cow. Thanks, dude. Saying, just got storm bit ago, some medium-sized hail. Cooled things off. Is there any more storms supposed to hit Wausau, Wisconsin? Thanks. You're very welcome. Thank you as well for a $5 super chat. Very sweet of you. So, I did actually see those reports earlier. We did have multiple reports from quarter size to hail up to $half size being reported all throughout that region. Now, in terms of activity right now, it looks like there might be another storm heading your way, because you can actually see it. So you're right in here. This is where Wausau is at. You can actually see there's another line right here, or another little cluster of a thunderstorm, and this thing is tracking to the east. So if this thing can hold up for the next hour or so, it will likely impact you. So I would prepare for a storm maybe around 9 p.m. or so. 9 your time, obviously. It's 9 Eastern right now, but 9 p.m. Central Time. Let's see here. What's up, Viper? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm excited for my winter forecast. It seems like a lot of people are starting to starting to question the winter this year. I am too, honestly. Like I said, with that El Nino we now have, that's going to bring some big snows, especially for the east. Yeah, I think we haven't had that in 4 years. So that could be a big year this year. We'll see. But yeah, my winter forecast will come out on the 31st of August. So it's a little bit over a month, but it'll be here before you know it. It will. Let's see here. Any storms, anything for Indianapolis? No, Indianapolis is just in a general thunderstorm threat. You can even see there's really not even much going on out there, so it's pretty good. Yeah, nothing to worry about out there, so you're good. All right, we're going to go ahead and hop back over here to the warnings in Wisconsin. We got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for areas of Shawano. Let's see, for the possibility, they got rid of that tornado tag, thankfully. Just for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts towards Breed Mountain. Let's see here, Gillett. Got to keep an eye out there for that. But this guy... this one's pretty nasty. We have that other warning here. This is actually the one that's kind of tracking towards Wausau. For areas like Stensonville, let's see here, Dorchester, we have Loyal included here. So we got to be on the lookout for this. Like I said, looking at the possibility here for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail, and they did include a tornado possible tag. So make sure that you are watching this one closely. Like I said, a tornado possible tag does not mean that an immediate danger for tornadoes. If there is an immediate danger for tornadoes, from a storm that was producing a tornado, they would put a tornado warning out, but they just put a tornado possible tag on a severe thunderstorm warning, basically saying that, tornadoes can quickly develop from severe thunderstorms. Just keep an eye on it and just know where to go in case if there is one that does eventually get issued. Let's see here. Andon, thank you once again, dude, for another $2 super chat. Very sweet, dude, saying, thanks, man. We need the rain to cool things off. I hear you. No, it's been really hot across a lot of the country. A lot more warmer than normal, actually. But thank you, dude. That's very nice of you. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, man. Let's see here. But yeah, we have another warning up here to the north of that towards Spirit for just 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts 24 minutes ago on that one towards Ogima. I think Ogima. I will actually bring to your guys' attention, it looks like there's a lot of flooding ongoing here too, across the western, yeah, across western Wisconsin into east central Minnesota here. Like I said, that line, that horizontal line of thunderstorms that's popping off is really taking shape here. I'm actually going to turn off the convective outlooks. Whoops. Let's see. Turn that off. Because for some reason it's a little outdated there. There we go. But yeah, no, this whole horizontal line of thunderstorm activity is really starting to kind of take shape here. But once again, in regarding to, like I said, regarding to flash flooding activity, we do have reports actually here towards, there's a town called Siren in Wisconsin. Reports up to a quarter mile of Highway 35 covered with 6 to 10 inches of water. Wow. So yeah, you gotta really watch out for those low-lying areas, y'all. You know, seriously, they get really nasty there in those low-lying areas. So definitely gotta look out for those. Let's see. But that is essentially kind of what we're seeing out there. We do have, once again, we have a lot of reports out there towards Wausau, Wisconsin. Actually, look at that. They just issued a new severe thunderstorm warning for areas near Wausau. So, was it Andon? Yeah, Andon. You are in Wausau, Wisconsin. They just issued actually a severe thunderstorm warning for you. So this now includes areas like Auburndale, Marshfield, Athens, Millen, Marathon City, obviously Wausau. Let's see, Rib Mountain, those areas. It doesn't go further. It doesn't go that far east of you. But they don't have a tornado possible tag, which is good. The warning is in place for you now for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and maybe some more hail up to quarter size. Could be a possibility. So watch out for maybe some more hail, considering this other storm that could work its way towards you. It'll probably still be a while before it does reach out your way. I mean, you have plenty of time to prepare for it. So Andon, if you have anything that's loose outside, any lawn furniture, anything that could get blown around in the winds, just make sure you bring that inside for at least temporarily until the storm's over. That way you kind of minimize the risk of you losing your property as well as damaging others from your property that could get blown around. So just make sure that you do that in order to not only keep your property safe, but help keep others as well. Like I said, we're watching out here towards Minneapolis. If you guys are just now joining, we're starting to get quite a line that's forming out here towards Minneapolis right now. This guy's starting to kind of kick off here. We just had a really nasty outflow boundary kick off towards Minneapolis. It even looks like a little bit of additional cell growth is starting to occur across eastern Minneapolis here. You can actually see it's really not much right now, just a little bit of rain showers, but it is starting to take off shape here from this outflow boundary, basically forcing a lot of warm air to rise up into the atmosphere. Because it acts like a wedge. So hot air is what you need to get up in the atmosphere to create storms. So basically there's a bunch of cold air, let's see, down here, and it's basically wedging against the surface here. So it's basically pushing all of the warm air up into the atmosphere. Hopefully that made sense for you guys. It was a little sloppy, but anyways, that's kind of what's going on. It's acting like a wedge to push that warm air up into the atmosphere. And obviously that, that warm air rising, obviously is, condensing and forming more, storms and or more showers and thunderstorms. And that's kind of what we are seeing here popping off right there towards East Minneapolis. So we'll keep an eye on that here, as obviously, these outflow boundaries, these big old noodles can actually fire off some more storms out there. Let's see here. Ohio, got to watch out for Ohio tomorrow. Today, not so much. Yeah, today Ohio is not really in a big risk out there. So I'm not too worried about Ohio today. But tomorrow, keep an eye on it. Let's see. You got to learn how to pronounce Wisconsin towns. That's a lot of towns. There are really odd towns out there. I try my best. I try my best to be as good as possible at pronouncing them. Let's see here. Prepper says, sorry for joining late. Can you give me an overall view of overnight, please? So we are basically seeing a bunch of severe thunderstorm activity that's popping off across basically central Minnesota as well as Wisconsin. Like I said, you're lucky you just joined, because we actually just got a new risk outlook, or a new convective outlook here for today, which I'm going to go ahead and switch y'all back over here. But we have a slight risk out there for Minnesota, for Minneapolis. Looks like Minneapolis could be getting impacted here in the next little bit. So we will need to be watching out for those regions. Like I said, we're actually kind of seeing this big line that's firing off here. And it is kind of tracking towards Minneapolis, so we'll watch it. Honestly, I'm a little concerned, though, because it looks like that those cells might be dying. Where this outflow boundary is hitting, that big old noodle. It looks like it might be canceling out some of those storms out there, but who knows if it'll remain intact by the time it continues southbound to go over Minneapolis at some point later on today. But yeah, Minneapolis, got to keep an eye on it. Looks like we are seeing some slow-moving thunderstorms out there. And the thing is with slow-moving thunderstorms, you got to watch out for flooding. I think we have a slight risk for flooding today. That level 2 out of 4 on the spectrum for flooding. Which, that's last time I checked. It was yesterday. Actually, no, they brought that flooding threat down. Wow, it's now to marginal, level 1. That's interesting. It's really odd considering the fact that we have dozens upon dozens of flash flood warnings all across basically northern Wisconsin into east central Minnesota. So that's interesting. Let's see. Thank you very much, Andrew. No problem. No problem. Let's see here. But that's that. Trojan says, hello. What's up? Hope you're doing good, man. Glad to have you here. But anyways, yeah, so, look at this. Got a new winter gust report coming through towards Longwood. This is that storm that's actually heading towards Wausau, Wisconsin. We literally just got ourselves look at this, a wind gust report of 51 miles per hour out here towards Longwood. So this thing is, 51 mile an hour winds is not considered severe, but it's up there. It's getting pretty, getting pretty close to being considered damaging by the storm prediction or the National Weather Service's criteria. Let's see here. Hannah, thank you for the $2 super chat. Very sweet of you, Hannah. Hannah's saying thoughts on Wisconsin storm track for Fond du Lac. Let's see here. Let's see. That's an odd name. Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Okay, so here, I'm gonna go ahead and hop you over here real quickly. So as you can see, you are literally, oh my gosh, you could walk between the slight risk and the enhanced risk out here. But there's literally, so you are in the risk for severe weather tonight. Let's see, what about the models? That's what I want to look at for you, is the future cast regarding what could eventually happen. New models coming out. It does show maybe a little bit of, maybe some shower activity, maybe anywhere between midnight and 3 a.m. essentially. It does not appear to be anything too crazy, so I really wouldn't be too sold on the idea that you're going to see many thunderstorms, but the odds are actually pretty slim. And would I be surprised if you don't get anything? Probably not, considering just how much lacking the latest model is actually presenting. I mean, once again, these models are not perfect, but it does give a good enough representation in a short period of time of what potentially could happen. So, would I trust that model at that point? Yeah, it's probably just going to track to your north for the most part. Let's see. Hannah says, no problem. Once again, Hannah, thank you very much. Very sweet of you. Let's see here. What's up, Starshine? Hope you're doing good. Hannah says, thanks a bunch for your hard work. No problem. Thank you once again. That's very sweet of you for supporting the channel. Really helps out. Really means a lot to us. Thank you so much. Very, very nice of you. Thank you. Let's see here. All right, so we're going to hop back over to, I think we have cameras that are closer now to, let's see, we got Elk River. I'm going to go and hop you guys. Actually, I'm going to try out this new camera screen. Look at that. So you see that bottom screen? I can't really point to it, but directly right of where I'm pointing here, right above the donation thing, the latest donation thing, you can actually see the screen I'm moving. There we go. So that will have a live camera on it. So let's go and see if we can find any live cameras. It looks like we got a nasty storm towards Elk River for the most part. Let's see here. Is that south of Zimmerman? Here we go. Here's Elk River. Let's see. It actually looks like, obviously the latest camera, it's kind of hard to see for y'all, but let's see. It does show a lot of heavy rain out there, possibly. Oh, look at that. We got some lightning flashes. Looks like a lot of lightning. Whoa, that's like constant lightning. I'm going to make it bigger for a second. Yeah, look at that. Right off the roads, like constant lightning. Let's go and see if we have a better camera. Doesn't look like that one's really much any better. Let's see. But yeah, we definitely are starting to see those storms popping up. Let's go and try this one up here. Giving a bit of a distant view. Yeah, you can see how it gets a little, there you go, a little bit of lightning. It's kind of hard to make out now, but as that storm will get closer, we'll definitely start to see more and more activity pop off out that way. Let's see. I don't know if there's any radar. Oh, here we go. Weather radar. This is going to help us a lot. Let's try this guy. Yeah, it looks like they're getting blasted by a storm as well. Let's see. All right, we're going to keep it on this one. Yeah, look at that. A lot of, see those flashes that's popping up there? Man, oh man. All right, well, we're going to keep an eye on that. We're just going to put that on... Oh, wrong screen. Yeah, we're just going to put that over here on the right-hand side. So if you guys want to look at it. Let's see here. How is Flint, Michigan looking tomorrow? Flint, I don't think you guys have a risk tomorrow. I will look at... Let's see. Actually, no, I take that back. I was thinking of Wisconsin for some reason. No, Flint, Michigan, I believe you do have a risk out real quickly. Let me look at it real quickly just to kind of show you all what we're in store for tomorrow. Yes, Flint has a slight risk. Heads up to you. Got to keep an eye on it. But here is tomorrow's risk overall. I mean, like I said, we have actually a pretty large risk out there for severe weather. Anywhere in the dark green, there's a small chance for a couple severe thunderstorms, but once you move into the yellow, that's where the probability actually is quite decent. So obviously, between, Iowa as well as high north up there towards central Michigan, and even as far northwest as as far east as northwestern Pennsylvania here is actually in that decent risk. So Chicago's in the middle of it, Detroit, Michigan, Madison, Wisconsin, Des Moines, Iowa, Cleveland, Ohio. You guys actually have a decent threat for tomorrow. So if you live out anywhere towards those regions, be aware, be weather aware, and make sure that you are prepared for this. All right, let's see here. Okay, we're going to hop back over here real quickly. So back over to Wisconsin, central Wisconsin here. We got a couple severe thunderstorm warnings here. Once again, Wausau is currently inside of a severe thunderstorm warning. We just recently got issued here not too long ago for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Let's see, towards Brokaw. Let's see here, Marathon City, Fenwood, Stratford, let's see, Marshfield as well. You guys are under this for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, so winds getting up to 60 as possible, and maybe even some hail up to quarter size as possible. Once again, we actually did see a lot of hail reports out there towards Wausau a little bit ago, which now, obviously, right now it's died down a bit, but there is another storm that's heading towards you, so make sure that you guys are watching out for this here. But look at this guy. So behind it, towards like Medford, Stensonville, let's see here, Abbotsford. Let's see here, Colby. We got ourselves Unity as well. We are currently seeing ourselves. Actually, did downgrade this. It looks like actually, but we did actually have a 70-mile-per-hour wind gust possibility, as well as quarter-size hail. Now it's been thankfully downgraded to 60-mile-per-hour winds out there. They still have that tornado possible tag on it though. So like I said, once again, a tornado possible tag means that a tornadoes, basically just saying that tornadoes can quickly develop out of severe thunderstorms. Now, if it was an immediate danger, obviously, if there was a danger of a tornado at risk of an immediate tornado, they would put out a tornado warning rather than a severe thunderstorm warning with that tornado possible tag. So it's basically just saying, heads up, these storms could potentially produce tornadoes at some point. So just there to make sure that y'all are, being aware there. Thank you for checking, Flint. No problem, gaming channel. Let's see here. I don't know when we're going to be doing that, Crystal. Not exactly sure. Let's see here. Midwest has been getting pounded by severe weather. It seems like it is, yeah. It seems like we're kind of having like these turns where it goes from, other areas being impacted. We basically went from the South getting seriously impacted like a couple of months ago. The South is hardly seeing anything anymore, especially for Texas. I mean, Texas is probably, I don't think Texas has had a risk for severe weather in like weeks at this point. I mean, it's been a long time. The reason is because we have this massive high-pressure ridge out there towards the southwest. It's basically bringing in a lot of hot air from the eastern Pacific into the country. For a quick little example of what's going on here, the reason y'all are not seeing that, we have high pressure out here, which rotates counterclockwise. So basically in this direction. And you can notice how the eastern Pacific has a lot of warm water, and that warm water influences the temperatures upon the surface. So all of that warm air just gets shot up into the west, or into the west here, and it gets basically thrown into the country. So that's why areas even across the north is really hot. It's because there's just a bunch of that Pacific warm air that's just literally rushing its way into the country right now. So that's why it's so daggone hot across a lot of the regions here. It's because of that stupid ridge that we have there. We don't want that. That can go away. Anyways, let's see here. Severe thunderstorm in Kentucky. Really? My state? Oh, wow. That's actually not far from me at all. That's like right next to where I live. Let's see here. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, any size hail. Yeah, there's also another one out towards Mount Sterling, Kentucky. I'm going to go ahead and hop you all over here really quickly. So we have Mount Sterling, Kentucky here. We have Stepstone. I'm going to hop over to radar view, actually. Let's see. We got Jackson, Kentucky radar. Yeah, there you go. Got a couple cells popping off here. Once again, penny size hail, nothing too crazy. 60-mile-an-hour wind gust out there. We got another storm out towards Owington. Let's see here, towards New Liberty in northern Kentucky. It also looks like Cincinnati's getting hit by a storm too. Not severe, but it is a storm, and it looks like it is pretty decent. Anyways, but yeah, that is very interesting. Very interesting out there. Let's see here. Back over to this one warning, y'all. We have Wausau, Wisconsin. We have Marshfield, McMillan here. You guys, once again, are in a severe thunderstorm warning here, as we are watching another little, like I said, another little, kind of Boeing thunderstorm out there that's getting ready to impact areas towards Athens here pretty soon. Let's see, Spencer as well, Stratford, once again, Marshfield, Marathon City, Rib Falls, Edgar, I think. Let's see here towards, let's see, I think I already said Athens, Brokaw. So, like I said, expires in 23 minutes. So, obviously, within Wausau getting hit, it's probably going to be around 25 minutes before Wausau, Wisconsin gets hit. Maybe 25 to 30 minutes or so. So we'll still be watching out for that. But like I said, you guys are in a warning here for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So like I said, once again, the wind's getting up to 60 miles per hour at a gust. Basically gusts typically don't last more than 20 seconds. So the wind gusts up to the winds could get briefly up to 60 miles per hour. And in terms of hail, like I said, possibly up to quarter size hail. So, hail the size of a quarter, seems to be a possibility out there. So, you guys know what a quarter looks like. So, quarter size hail seems to be possible. But if you move those at 60 miles an hour, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt pretty bad. So, just make sure that you're obviously far indoors. Because, once again, another concern is a lot of lightning, too, is currently ongoing here. But, yeah. Let's see. The risk are dangerous heat waves. Yeah, no, it's been crazy. It's been really crazy. Compared to what's been going on here recently with the temperatures. I'm gonna turn off the watches and stuff like that real quickly, because I do want to show you. Let's see here, the overall forecast for those temperatures over the next week. Next week or so. Look at that. Really shows a lot of the red areas are showing above average heat, a lot warmer than normal. And you can actually see the Northeast is living in the cooler air, essentially. And then for the following week after, it looks like things kind of barrel down a bit for the Central Plains, the Ohio Valley, Northeast here. This is for days 8 to 14. So basically 8 days out and 8 to 14 days out here, essentially, from now is, what this is looking at. So we might have a slight cooling trend for a lot of us. That definitely is much needed. Can't tell you how much that's needed because it's really needed. But anyways, all right, let's see here. Back over to Wisconsin storms, y'all. It looks like we actually got ourselves a new wind report out here. Let's see, it's just now coming through, but it's been there for a little bit. South of Stinsonville, 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts were reported around 120 UTC. So this was actually about 19 minutes ago that this was just reported here. Interesting. So there is kind of 50-mile-an-hour winds is actually, it sounds a lot, which, it's pretty gusty, don't get me wrong. It can cause some, minor damages. But to be classified as, damaging winds from the Storm Prediction Center, it has to be, 58 for some reason, 58 mile an hour and more. But consider we just had 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts. It's getting close. It's getting close. But like I said, this storm is tracking right towards Wausau. Is it Wausau or Wausau? It's kind of hard to, it's a hard area to pronounce, but anyways. But no, this storm is tracking right towards y'all. So, Andon, if you're still here, man, the storm is getting closer. It's getting ready to, or it's actually starting to impact areas like Athens right now. And then following here, not too long from now, from 5 to 10 minutes, impacting like Stratford, Fenwood, Edgar, and Rib Falls, eventually following to Marathon City, and then rolling in towards Wausau here in the next little bit. So, definitely have got to be keeping an eye out there for the storm here. Once again, Wausau currently did get impacted by a lot of hail earlier, anywhere ranging from quarter size to $half size. Multiple reports was reported out there in Wisconsin, and like I said, on this storm, they do have it warned for quarter size hail being possible. So, would it be impossible we get any more hail out of this? Probably not. So. Maybe the storm could carry a bit of hail, but it seems like the main concern out of this one, obviously, is the threat for hail, but maybe even some damaging winds as well. We'll need to be looking out for. Let's see here. But But yeah, Canada Joe, what's up? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. Shell says, hi, Andrew. Hope you've been well. You as well, Shell. Thank you for that. Very, very sweet of you. I've been doing good, and I hope that you're doing good as well. Thank you for asking. And then, like I said, obviously we cannot forget about all these flash flood warnings that we have out here throughout central, kind of west central Wisconsin, into east central Minnesota. Now, once again, my friends out there in Minneapolis, got to keep an eye on it, because we're starting to see some thunderstorm activity. Not quite severe yet, but we are starting to see some thunderstorm activity working its way towards Minneapolis. And like I said, these storms appear to be moving pretty slow, actually. So with their slow movement, that's going to obviously throw a big concern for, flash flooding as up north, from this storm activity, whenever it comes to it. Like I said, it eventually could work that flooding activity maybe further down south, maybe towards Minneapolis. So just heads up to those low-lying areas as you got to watch out for flooding. It could be a possibility at some point for Minneapolis. So keep an eye on it. Let's see here. Braven says, hi, Andrew. I'm at Tampa, Florida. I'm at Tampa, Florida on vacation. Well, enjoy your vacation, Braven. Thank you for joining. But yeah, no, we're just going to be watching out for central Minnesota. Actually, looks like a new warning just got issued for South Dakota even. The crazy thing is that, considering that we don't have a risk out here, believe it or not, we really don't have a risk for South Dakota. We're actually seeing a pretty gnarly set of storms rolling through here. I feel like KUDX, KUDX is the best radar to look at. We got a severe thunderstorm warning out towards Draper and Vivian being possible. Let's see here. Golf ball size hail. Wow. Okay, so yeah, golf ball size hail plus 60-mile-an-hour winds is possible. They're towards Draper and Vivian. Heads up to you. South of that towards White River and Wood. Areas here towards Carter. Another one for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. And then north of that, another one here towards Van Metry. This one's also in effect for, actually ping-pong ball-size hail. Wow, it's still pretty large hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So definitely some big hail out of the storm here towards Draper, South Dakota, basically south-central side. We did actually get reports out of this here southwest of Hayes, east of Ottawa. A little bit ago here at, 43 minutes ago, this was reported here towards Stanley County, South Dakota, 4 miles northeast of Bunker is where this was reported. So actually, golf ball size hail has been reported with the history of the storm here. So yeah, like I said, that's just really crazy considering we literally do not have a risk out there, for flooding, for severe thunderstorms out there. I find that really interesting. That I really do. Let's see what's going on out here. Trying to find some more cameras for y'all. Let's see. We're going to hop our way over here. So, yeah, like I said, we're going to work our way back over towards Minnesota. Once again, Minneapolis, you guys are probably going to be getting hit here by some more thunderstorm activity here in a little bit. It's pronounced Wausau. Is that right? Wausau? That's the best I can do from your pronunciation there. But anyways... But it looks like, stuff is starting to get ready to impact northern Minneapolis. It's out there towards, like, Ramsey, Sauterville, Oak Grove, St. Francis, Andover region. So, definitely gotta keep an eye out there for those regions there. Let's see. I think I have cameras out there. Let me look. Ramsey was getting hit pretty good. Let's see. What about this camera here? Possibly. I want to grab a southbound camera. Okay, here's a camera. A live camera, obviously the road. It's not a sky camera, but you could just see by the amount of activity here with all the lightning we have. I mean, we have like lightning every 5 seconds, it seems here. Really crazy. Swanky says, I'm back. Welcome back. Night Venomous says, yo, what's up? Hope you're doing good. Jay says, hey, how about Vesper, Wisconsin? Let me look for you. Guys, if you guys could do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, leave a like. It'll be greatly appreciated, y'all. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Vesper, Wisconsin, right? Yep, there we go. Okay, you're actually next to a severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, you're like, here, let me show you real quickly. You're actually, wrong screen. Whoops. So you're actually right in here. This is right where you're at, and you can see that storm that's impacting areas north of you. I mean, you could walk to the severe thunderstorm warning if you wanted to here. It's not that far away from you. But There is a warning slightly to your north. Let's see. According to the motion, this storm, it could skim you. It could just barely pass by, but if it does hit you, it's probably not going to be anything too crazy, considering that the main threat seems to be higher up north. Once again towards Wausau and Marathon City and those regions out there. Let's see. Hello from Missouri, says Karen. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing good. Let's see. I'm in Maryland, Andrew. Other than heat, anything concerned about? I don't think so, actually. I think you're pretty much good to go. Obviously today you had a severe weather threat. Tomorrow, no. Yeah, no, you're good tomorrow. As far east as tomorrow's severe weather threat goes is basically like Pennsylvania and New York State. Let's see. Stormzy says in Waconia. Stay safe out there. Let's see. But yeah. No, Maryland's fine. Maryland looks okay. Yeah, once again, tomorrow's big threat stretches all the way from Iowa. Across the yellow is tomorrow's biggest threat. So Iowa, Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio. Also portions of northwestern Pennsylvania as well impacted. So if you live in those regions, heads up to you. And here's today's risk. Kind of what the rest of what we're covering here. Right now, the main concern is throughout like Minneapolis, Wausau, Wisconsin, or Wausau, sorry, and like the Green Bay area. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now in terms of activity. But I tell you what, look at this. New warning just got issued for Minnesota, actually. Out of that, yeah, look at that, out there towards like Litchfield. That's out of that new line, or that semi-new line that's trying to form here. But yeah, got a new warning out there towards Grove City, Litchfield, and Forest City here. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and $half size hail being possible. So got to keep an eye out there for that. Yeah, $half size hail, that's actually pretty decent size hail. It's larger than quarter size, obviously, but larger the hail, the more impacts it'll have. So Grove City, once again, Litchfield, Forest City, just north of Rosendale. Heads up to ya, as you're now under a severe thunderstorm warning out there. Once again, for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and $half size hail. The storm's actually moving really slow, too. Look at this, moving east at a very speedy, very quick-moving 10 miles an hour. It is screaming. Not really. It's really moving real slow. And actually, that brings a big problem for flooding. For those low-lying areas, if you have slow-moving storms with a bunch of heavy rain sitting over one area for a long period of time, that will actually create the ponding of water, it will create the flooding. So if you live in low-lying areas out there towards Litchfield, Forest City, and Grove City, seek higher ground, just to be safe. Let's see here. Carson, can I check on 27012? Yeah, I can do that for you. Let's see here. 27102. Singapore. What? You don't live in Singapore, do you? That's all I see. I don't see any other U.S. zip codes in that area. Let's see here. What about Cedarburg, Wisconsin? Let's see here. Cedarburg, Wisconsin. You are in the marginal today. So you're kind of in that low severe weather threat. Yeah, you're out there towards like Milwaukee. I don't really expect much out there towards you, honestly. I think activity out there is going to be quite minimal. The odds are very low. The odds are pretty daggone low out there towards Cedarburg. So not too worried about it. Let's see here. Did we finally reach it? Oh my gosh, you guys, we finally reached 14,000 of you all. 14,000 subscribers. Holy cow. Wow, dude. That is crazy. Thank you guys for making it. We just reached 14,000 subscribers on this channel. Holy cow. Never would I have ever thought that I would ever make it this far on YouTube. I never thought I would. Holy cow, you guys. I cannot thank anybody more than you. I mean, seriously, every single one of you guys for being a part of this. Like I said, thank you guys. We love y'all. That's very awesome. Thank you guys so much. Let's see here. It's a funny name. Yeah. See, Carson talk about the typhoon. Yep, that's out there in, I think, eastern China, I think. Where that tropical storm's at. Or that hurricane, obviously. Or typhoon, they call it. Let's see here. Not a Gamer says, yeah, I just saw it. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Let's see. Kim says, hooray, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Like I said, I could not do that without you guys. That's amazing. Thank you all. Been a great strawberry season so far in my garden and onions early about 3 weeks. Hot and dry here in the Tennessee Valley. Gotcha. Mark says, Andrew, nice bro. Thank you. Prepper, thank you. Logan says, I see your shelf cloud. I did. I showed that towards the beginning of the stream, actually. Yeah, I was looking at the new SPC update right at 9 o'clock. And I did see it. It was crazy. Really beautiful. Let's see here. MD wants me to take a look here at 45505. Let's see if that's in the risk area today. 45505. In Ohio, no, you're not in the risk today. Tomorrow you will be. So tomorrow, be weather aware tomorrow. We gotta watch out for those storms tomorrow, as they could be quite nasty. Let's see here. Andy, thank you. Really appreciated. Anyways, all right, let's see here. So they canceled that one warning, y'all. Towards back over here in central Wisconsin, towards Medford. Let's see, Owen, Thorpe, Lublin, and Curtis. You guys are no longer inside of the inside the warning. However, we still have that warning for Wausau. Airs towards Brokaw, Marathon City, Fenwood, Stratford, Marshfield, Auburndale, and Arpin. Also Athens included here. So that warning out there towards Wausau is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. So it's kind of a basic, kind of a normal severe thunderstorm warning you typically see, but there is still some possible hazards out of it, so be aware of that. Let's see here. Self-care says, about to go down to St. Paul. I'm glad to see you here, man. I was thinking of you whenever Minneapolis was getting ready to get hit. Yeah, we got a big old cluster of a thunderstorm rolling through here. Getting ready to cross into, Minneapolis, St. Paul area. Heads up to you. And like I said, the bad thing is that this storm is moving slow. So obviously to those low-lying areas, that's not good. That is really not good. Definitely not good at all. Let's see here. How much longer will it be in southern Ohio? Today the risk is not for southern Ohio. Tomorrow, actually, we do have a couple storms, actually. Today's severe weather risk is not really for that far of southern Ohio. We have a itty-bitty little risk out there. But yeah, a couple storms going on right now. A few of them. We actually have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Cincinnati. Yeah, we were watching that storm a little bit ago, just for a hazard of 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So that's good. That's good. That's all it is essentially. Not good at 60-mile-an-hour winds, but yeah. Let's see here. Bradley says, cannot wait to hear him pronounce. Oh no, Shawano. Whatever it gets close. Let's see. Amber, thank you for the $2 super chat saying what's coming for 54981. Let's see here. 54981. Okay, so Wapaka. Okay, so yeah, you are in the slight risk. Obviously, you're kind of in that area. Depending on this guy, obviously you can see we have this kind of Boeing storm going out here, getting ready to hit Wausau here in a moment. I think it theoretically should just pass north of you. I don't think the models really take much far out there towards your location. Let's see here. So you can see that little blue marker. That's where you're at, by the way. Okay, no, it does show a little bit of activity out there, actually out there maybe towards midnight. So look out for possible storms maybe around midnight here for you. Oh, this is Eastern time, by the way. So this would be 11 p.m. for you. So, yeah. Let's see here. I'm on the motorcycle. How does Michigan look? Michigan's pretty much fine right now. It depends on which area you're at. The western side here does have that threat, but that's not going to be happening possibly till like really early morning here today, or tomorrow, I should say, really. So yeah, right now Michigan's actually pretty clear. So thanks for looking. All right. Let's see. Donna Gamer says that's good to hear. Thank you. No problem. Let me look here. JP27 says, good evening, peeps. What's up, JP? Hope you're doing good. Bradley says, Shawano. Oh, I've heard that one before. It's odd. Yeah, there's some really odd names out there. Actually, there's a storm in Shawano right now. Currently kicking off. It does have an outflow boundary, too. See that little noodle? That big old, that tail it has on it? So that is a we call it outflow boundary. Like I said, they can produce some cooler temperatures. Obviously, once it passes you, you'll probably notice the temperatures drop a bit. Also, they're called gust fronts, which you can probably see where that's going. They create some gusty winds as well. Let's see here. Man, I got to start being more energetic, mod. Absolutely, Carson, you're slacking. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. All right, we're going to hop back over here to the other radar view. Like I said, we currently have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Litchfield, portions of central Minnesota, towards Grove City, Forest City here. So that is what we are currently watching for. So we'll make sure to keep an eye out there for it there. Let's see here. Let's see. Lost power but came back on, says rain. Oh, that's not good. I wonder why a lot of warnings and watches are in Canada. Because they're getting severe weather. We have a couple extremely large severe thunderstorm warnings for Canada. That's the thing about Canada. They always go well over. Like I said, they always go well over the size limit. I mean, seriously, look at this. For example, look at Canada. Look what they do. A massive, absolutely enormous severe thunderstorm warning. Let's say warning for that storm. Those little itty bitty storms there. Like, look at that. I mean, this whole western side of the warning is warned for nothing. It's crazy. Let's see here. How is Vesper? How is Vesper, Wisconsin? Let's see here. Vesper, Wisconsin. I think, yeah, no, you are in the slight risk here. Let's see, currents out towards Stevens Point. Okay, so yeah, you're going to get close to the storm here, I'd say within the next hour. Let's see here. Self-Care says, like, it seems like the storm in Minnesota came out of nowhere. No warning except for in the past hour. Yeah, no, it is, it's a very slow-moving storm, so it's not like you don't have any time to prepare for it, because it's moving slowly but surely. I mean, look at this. I'm going to hop down the last 50 radar scans, which each radar scan happens about 2 to 3 minutes. So, I mean, look at this. I mean, it's very, very slow moving. We do got an outflow boundary on it. So Prepper, or not Prepper, Self-Care. I don't know if you noticed earlier, but did you feel a sudden rise in wind gusts and a sudden drop in temperatures? Because if you did, that's that big old outflow boundary that we're seeing right here. These things, once again, create gusty winds, and they create, they create some cooler temperatures, because it's the cold air from the storm's downdrafts. So that cold air that's dropping from the thunderstorm hits the ground and spreads out, and it pushes all that cold air out. And as it's pushing, it's obviously creating higher winds, as well as it also has those wind gusts out there, or winds in the temperatures essentially. Let's see here. So Andy says I'm in the risk tomorrow. Well, stay safe out there, Andy. See, Logan says 22,000 people in north and central northeastern Wisconsin without power. Let me actually look at that. I do have access to power outages, so I'll go ahead and show y'all real quickly. Actually, here's the thing. I'm actually getting reports of nearly 40,000 people. Here, I'm going to hop y'all over here to the current power outage map. Dude, Michigan is still suffering from yesterday's severe weather event here. There's a lot of people without power. Yeah, nearly 150,000 people without power here in Michigan right now. Wisconsin, on the other hand, yep, customers out. You can see really the north-central side is mostly impacted. Nearly 40,000 people are without power. Michigan, a lot of the upper states actually. I thought that was mostly for down here. I mean, obviously, yeah, down in southeast Michigan, there towards Detroit area. We got a few power outages reported out there in one county, in Mason County somehow, that has a lot of power outages. But a lot of it's for the upper peninsula. But yeah. So yeah, no, it's actually higher than 22,000, which is pretty interesting. Pretty crazy. All right, we're gonna hop back over here, y'all, to the main radar view here. Wow, you know what? It looks like they actually canceled that warning for Wausau. Let's see, we got that one warning for Litchfield. It honestly looks like a lot of the activity has been dying out a bit, so I don't really, I really don't think we need to be live for too much longer today. Like I said, obviously these storms are lightning producers, but it seems like in the last hour or so, I mean, since we went live, it seems like the activity is, dwindled down a lot, so that's good news. I wouldn't be surprised if Wausau gets another warning. I mean, because it looks like, that's still a pretty nasty line there. They might eventually extend that into Wausau again. Maybe. We'll see. In Michigan, do I think tomorrow's event will be as bad as tomorrow? Wait, what? The Fish and Wildlife Report says, I'm in Michigan. Do you think tomorrow's event will be as bad as tomorrow? I think you meant today's event will be as bad as tomorrow. I'm going to go with that's what you mean. But that's still kind of unknown, actually. It could be nasty. It could. We'll have to look out for it. We'll definitely have to be on the lookout for it, though. Anyways. What's up, Proxy? Glad to have you here. Saying hi, Andrew and everybody. Sorry to be late. You're good, Prox. Don't worry about it. Like I said, just glad to have you here. Oh, we actually got a new report out there towards Spencer, Wisconsin, of wind gusts reported up to 55 miles per hour. So it's almost there towards that severe limit. Like I said, to be classified as severe damaging winds, it has to be 58 miles per hour or more to be classified as damaging winds. And we're talking 55, so it is so close. It's right there, essentially. I mean, it is right there. Let's see here. Hundreds of great restaurants, tons of shopping malls. People are amazing, always happy and welcoming. Yep. Let's see here. Sean says, hello. Any chance I could see the tracking into Shawano County? Isn't that where Shawano's at right now? Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and hop over to Shawano. Isn't that Wisconsin? Is Shawano Wisconsin, this area? Here, let me actually, I think you're talking Shawano, Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken. We do got reports of 43 mile an hour winds out there. There is a storm that's rolling through right now, as you can probably tell. And whenever it comes to activity later on down in time, we'll have to take a look at the models here real quickly for you. The HRRR, let's see here. So according to the HRRR, it does show that second round possibly happening maybe around 11 p.m. your time. 12 my time. 12, midnight our time, but showing 11 p.m. for that. Let's see here. Let me look. Want to know how to beat Gordon Ramsay? It's so off topic there, Carson. Let's see here. I'm almost ready for a severe thunderstorm warning. Not quite. Gotcha, Rain. Well, stay safe out there. Let's see here. I'm going to stay for 2 weeks and then go back to Los Angeles. Right, are you in Wisconsin? I gotcha. All right, we're going to hop back over here to the Central Plains. Like I said, once again, look at this. Oh, they just now, the last update, they issued a marginal out there. But yeah, so portions of South Dakota, there's actually not... portions of South Dakota, there's actually not a big risk out there. However, it seems like that those are the nastiest storms happening right now is in South Dakota. Let's go ahead and hop you all over back to this radar view. So according to the... oh, wow, look at this. Got some wind reports. Non-thunderstorm wind reports here from a Mesonet. 56 miles per hour. Possibly an outflow boundary, I'd say. I wish there was better radar coverage in central South Dakota. Let's see. All right, so we got Wood, let's see, Mazur, let's see, Oak Creek, and Carter included here. 60 mile an hour wind gusts, quarter size hail. Okay. The one north of it toward Vivian, though, is the same. 60 mile an hour wind gusts, quarter size hail. This one was actually at one point warned for golf ball size hail at one point, so that is significantly downtrended. So that is good. That is definitely good. Wolfie says anything for, let's see, Outagamie County. Did I say that right? Let's see here. Yeah, there's some odd... Let's see. There's some really odd areas here. Here we go. Let's see. So, okay, this is out there towards Appleton, right? So, kind of towards this region here. So, the models does show a few broken thunderstorms, maybe around midnight. Okay, watch out maybe around midnight for a few scattered thunderstorms, but... it's possible. It is a possibility, so keep an eye on it. Let's see here. Hey, everyone, be cautious around lightning. Absolutely, Kevin. Absolutely. Let's see here. 3 men were struck by lightning, traveled through ground after hitting a nearby tree. One of the men sadly died. Oh, that's not good. Let's see. Proxy says, Andrew, anything for Northeast Ohio? Sorry if I missed earlier mention. Thanks. No problem, Proxy. Yes, actually. Proxy, you have a risk tomorrow, believe it or not. Let's go and hop you over here to tomorrow's risk here. So we have ourselves a slight risk. So obviously you can see Cleveland's included in the biggest risk as of now. The biggest risk right now is a level 2 out of 5. I'm going to look later on for possible upgrades. You know, there is a small chance that we could see an enhanced risk tomorrow. I'm not saying for you, but for somewhere in the slight risk area, possibly could see an enhanced risk. I'll have to watch out for it and see if it's going to be needed. But anyways, we got towards Cleveland. Yeah, you have a slight risk here for tomorrow. Probabilities for severe weather includes actually you're near a 2% tornado threat. You're not in it, but you're close to it. Within like 25 miles of it, actually. Damaging winds, 15% chance, and hail, 5% chance. So main concern is just damaging wind gusts up to 60 to 70 miles per hour. So that kind of seems to be the main concern here for tomorrow for you. Let's see here. What about timing? I'm sure that's probably what you're wondering as well. Like, what time am I going to see these storms here? Let's see here. Oh, look at that. Wow, kind of showing a big line rolling through. So according to early testimonies here, it actually shows a few thunderstorms possibly firing off maybe late afternoon, early evening, a few discrete, individual small storms. The odds of you getting hit by these are pretty low. But if you look here, kind of actually around like 2 a.m., not tomorrow, but for, what is this? 2 a.m. for Sunday, right? Is today Friday? Or today Thursday, right? Yes, today's Thursday. So this would be around 2 a.m. on Saturday for that line to possibly roll its way through you. According to this model. Let me actually get another opinion here from the NAM3K really quickly, just to kind of look and see what's going on here. According to the latest, model that's out there, you can see it hardly shows anything happening, but it does show kind of, you can see right here for around 5 a.m. So timing's a little messed up. The mode's a little different right now, but you can actually see here that, you are at that possible risk. It looks like it's going to be a really early event for Saturday with a couple of isolated thunderstorms out there for the afternoon hours. But yeah, let's see here. Let's see. What's up, neighbor? Are we okay tonight? Says Yard Dad. 40243. 40243. Kentucky. Yeah, that's right. You are, yeah, you're right next to me. That's right. Okay, so tomorrow, we don't have anything. There's a chance for a couple thunderstorms tonight, actually, according to the models, according to like NAM, the never accurate model. Maybe a few storms could be possible later on this, within the next couple of hours. It looks possible. But let me look at radar for that, actually. Yeah, it looks like a lot of the activity is just to the east here, so I wouldn't count on it, honestly. Let's see here. Travis says, hey, Andrew, what's up? Can you let me know what's going on around Bellyville, Wisconsin? Let's see here. Or is that Belleville? Belleville, we'll see here. Wisconsin. Let's see here. Okay, so you are in the slight risk, that level 2 out of 5. Let's see here. Yeah, there's really not much going on right now. Whenever it comes to the models later on, like I said, we have a new model coming out right now. Whenever it comes to the models later on, it really doesn't show too much. Maybe just a few thunderstorms or a few showers, maybe by like past midnight, maybe like 1, 2 a.m. or so. Could be possible, but I mean, would I count on it? No. I think tomorrow, though, look at this. Tomorrow could be a big problem for you. Look at this. Yep, this is around like 8 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern. So I would expect that anywhere from like 6 to 7. I would honestly give it a bigger range. I'd say anywhere from 5 to 9 for your time, just because models are scattered all over the place in terms of timing. They're never perfect. But anyways, let's see. Thanks again. No problem, Yard Dad. What's up, Scott? Hope you're doing good, man. Janice 03062. All right, let's see here. 03062 for New Hampshire. Okay, so you are good tomorrow. Like I said, you guys got a severe weather threat today. You guys are good to go for tomorrow. Honestly, in terms of activity, things are done for you for the next little bit, so nothing to worry about out there. So you're good. Let's see. Storms keep me up. Mom says it's okay for me to watch you until storms pass. That's cool, Kala. Well, stay safe out there, Kala. Let's see here. Swanky says Scott, the membership gifter, has arrived. Yeah, for real. Let's see. Drew says, let's see, Lincoln, Nebraska tomorrow, severe weather threat. What are they thinking? Tornadoes. I don't think Lincoln is included. Nope, no, I don't think there's really going to be any problem for tornadoes for you tomorrow. I think things are looking pretty good. Like I said, the tornado threat actually is, tomorrow's tornado threat is as far west as actually southern Wisconsin, believe it or not. Another threat for, oh, I should switch over to the SPC. Yeah, here's tomorrow's tornado threat. Just a 2% chance for southern areas here of Wisconsin, northern Illinois, northern Indiana, northern Ohio, and southern portions here of Michigan here. Let's see here. Enhanced risk for Michigan, question mark? Like I said, I'd have to look into models, but right now there's no enhanced risk. As of now, you're in a slight risk, level 2. So we'll see how that plays out tomorrow morning. Obviously, I'll do probably a little update. Maybe tonight, actually. I might do a little early morning update. We'll see. Let's see here. What do I think of Chicago could get tomorrow? Chicago's main concern is damaging winds. Yeah, got to keep an eye out there for Chicago tomorrow. Let's see. I'm in, are we safe in Waconia for now? All right, sounds good. Let's see here. 54015. I have family there I'm worried about. Let's see what's going on out there for you. 54015 for Wisconsin here. Okay, so we got a marginal risk out there, a level 1. It does show some storms possibly kicking off, maybe around 5, 6 o'clock. Let me actually switch over to the model so you guys can actually see it. But yeah, maybe around 5, 6 o'clock or so. So, kind of like a late afternoon, early evening event. But like I said, take that with a grain of salt. Let's see here. South Cincinnati, Ohio, we have a severe thunderstorm warning right now. I think that's been canceled. Oh, no, it never mind, it hasn't. Yeah, so 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts is possible with that one storm, but that's about it. In terms of tomorrow, there's a small shot for a few more thunderstorms tomorrow evening. Looks like early evening. But let's look at the current radar out there real quickly. Cincinnati. Actually, we have this one. Wilmington radar is closer. Yeah. We got wind reports out there of 29-mile-an-hour wind gusts, but I don't think any of those has been reported to be anything. Let's see. Anything reported to be damaging as of right now. Let me double check on that real quickly by looking at my other radar. Let's go ahead and hop over here. So, yeah. No, we just have reports. Actually, 40 knots. 40-knot winds were just reported here, showing about 39 knots southwest, kind of south-southwest movement, which that's about 40 knots. So that's nearly like 45 miles an hour, roughly. Yeah, roughly. So it's not quite damaging, but it's definitely some gusty winds. That's for sure. That is 100% for sure. But anyways, but yeah, no, guys, here, I think, like I said, a lot of the activity, I'm pretty sure, has really started dying down. I mean, we haven't had we don't have any warnings across Wisconsin or Minnesota right now. So I think here in a few minutes, guys, we're probably going to call it a stream here today. Like I said, we were live here for an hour and a half, which, things have definitely, weakened quite a bit. Let's see here. Kevin says, "Gotcha, man. Thank you for checking on that. No problem." But yeah, I mean, like I said, it seems like things are definitely, winding down a bit. I mean, still a lot of lightning activity out there towards, like central Minnesota, central Wisconsin. So we'll definitely need to be, you guys locally out there should keep an eye on the radar. But, for the most part, it would not be impossible if we did get a couple more warnings out of this here, but probably not going to see anything tornadic. If anything, it's probably just going to be for, wind gusts being possible. So as long as you're inside and away from windows, if you are during any storm activity, you should be fine. Yeah, I really wouldn't worry about it too much. So I think that's probably going to conclude our coverage here for tonight. I do want to show you something before I head off, though. That's in the tropics. We still got that system we're watching out there. This is Disturbance 1. Currently at a possibility of forming, clocking in at a 40% chance overall development. So basically that low pressure system, or that little tropical wave right now, is located right here, just southwest of the Cabo Verde. I'd say at least 800 miles or so southwest of Cabo Verde. And this area of low pressure is expected to roll into this area here. in this area I'm circling is what we call the main development region, the MDR, which obviously that stands for, like I said, main development region, which that is where once this low tracks into this area, that's where the likelihood of tropical development will occur if it does happen. So obviously, got to keep an eye out there for that development later on. But like I said, this storm, honestly, according to models, it looks like it's mostly just going to be a fish storm, remaining mostly out to sea. At most, I see it could be a problem for Bermuda at some point, either directly or indirectly. Still unknown if we're going to get any cover or any landfall activity out there towards Bermuda. But if not, I'm sure there could be some surf problems, depending on how close it gets. Obviously, the worse it potentially could be, essentially. So we'll need to watch out for that here. Let's see, back over to the models real quickly. And regarding to this system, latest GFS model here does indeed show so that system rolling through. It should remain mostly far east of Bermuda. It's kind of hard to see where Bermuda's at, but that little dot right there, it's kind of hard to see. You can barely even see it, but that little dot where my crosshairs are there, that is where Bermuda's at. So it could be indirectly impacted by surfs, as a big blast of high pressure is expected to kind of shield out the United States from any form of landfall. So it should not be a problem. In terms of the CMC model, this model has it basically tracking, once again, also east. GFS CMC seem to be pretty agreeing on this here. NABGIM kind of has this thing dying out before it even reaches near Bermuda. And of course, Icon model, the last one here, kind of has it tracking mostly. It should remain mostly east of Bermuda. So, in regarding to the, like I said, regarding to the activity here, with it, I'm really not too concerned about any areas being significantly impacted or anything like that. I think things should be, relatively good there. But anyways, no, that's that. That's essentially what we're looking at here as of right now. That's just a little update there on the tropics. One last thing before we head off here, you guys, is the ensembles, in terms of weather models, talking about where the basically a spaghetti plot type of ordeal, but it's just one model based off of the ECENS model here. So we track way down in time. Obviously, you see this little area. That's where the majority of the mass has these low pressure systems remaining. You can see that all of them remain having east of Bermuda here. So honestly, things are looking good. I don't think this system, even if it does develop, I do not think it's going to cause any problems out there for areas there. East Pacific, we got another area, same percentage, 40% chance formation out there of possible development. But in terms of activity out there, honestly, probably won't be too much of anything crazy. For the Eastern Pacific, GFS model does have the system taken off, but just kind of, tracking eastbound. Let's try the Central Pacific. Let's see, does this thing get anywhere near Hawaii? Yeah, according to the model, it has that tropical system possibly remaining south of Hawaii, but this is really, really far out in the models where I really just don't even trust it, essentially. But we'll wait. We'll see what's going on out there, and we'll definitely keep y'all updated and stuff like that. Let's see. We'll take a look at the ensembles for the East Pacific as well. Let's see here. So obviously we have actually two areas. There's the main one right there going through. Should, for most of the ensemble supports, most of the weather model supports, has this Eastern Pacific storm tracking, should just remain quite shy south of Hawaii there. So that's early signatures right now. So obviously, the models aren't perfect, but we'll see how that plays out. But all right, well, guys, thank you so much for watching. That's going to go ahead and wrap up the live stream for today. If you guys did enjoy it, leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you have not already. It would be greatly appreciated. Got to say a big thank you to our donators here for today. Big shout out goes to y'all. We had a lot of supporters today. Thank you all so much for your support. We had MP, thank you so much. We had Andy, we have Wolf Gamer, we have Jenny, we have Crystal, we had Andon, we had Hannah, and Amber. Thank you guys so much for donating. You guys absolutely rock. Like I said, you guys rock. You guys keep our channel going. Like I said, obviously, I personally rely on this for, to keep our programs running, all that stuff. And like I said, this is what I do for my job. So like I said, anything helps. Like I said, even a couple dollars, like I said, it doesn't matter about the amount. It's just anything helps. It's greatly appreciated. And you guys should realize how much that means to us and how much that really does help out a lot. So once again, thank you so much. But yeah, we're going to end it off here, y'all. There's really no more severe thunderstorm activity kicking off throughout Wisconsin or Minnesota. Things are, dwindling down a bit, so that's definitely some good news. and stuff like that. But anyways, but thank you all for watching. Proxy says good night, everyone, and Andrew. Good night, Proxy. Thank you so much for joining us. Glad to see you here. And like I said, tomorrow, Proxy, just be weather aware. Make sure that you are obviously, aware of the situation of what's going on tomorrow. So just, like I said, keep it, keep an eye on the weather. Like I said, we'll be live for this tomorrow at some point. Like I said, I don't know about whenever it hits you, Proxy, because like I said, it's supposed to be like early morning. It looks like for actually Saturday. So we'll need to keep an eye on that though. But anyways, Bradley says enjoy the show. Thank you so much, greatly appreciated. Let's see here. Kim says thank you, Andrew, from Canada. Well, you're very welcome from the United States to our fellow neighbors out there. All right, guys. Well, once again, thank you all for joining us. We love y'all. Please be safe out there. We're going to go ahead and head over to the ending screen. Stream's going to head off here in 2 minutes. That way you guys can go ahead and say goodbye to your friends and family. Anybody in chat, just, wanted to say thank you all so much for being here. Once again, big shout out to our donators, MP, Andy, Wolfgamer, Jenny, Crystal, Andon, Hannah, and Amber. Thank you guys so much. Y'all absolutely rocking. We love you guys. All right, guys. Well, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for now. We're going to go ahead and start the timer. So once again, 2 minutes to say goodbye to your friends and family. And until next time, my friends, we'll catch you guys later on tomorrow. You guys take care. We love y'all. Be safe out there, and we'll see you then. Peace out, my friends. See you later.